Hi there viewers, it's me Paul again and welcome to another computer rebuild. As you can see in front of you, this is a Dell Inspiron M501R and we did this laptop probably 1 or 2 years ago. I remember this motherboard had a problem, it was beeping 7 times, I had to take it all out. Put the motherboard in tin foil, isolate all the heat from the hairdryer, and it worked. I've got the guy's data back. Fortunately, this motherboard has now had it, so I've got some replacement parts. So first of all, let's disconnect all of this. So before I start, I'm going to take this battery off just here. Let's put that to the side. There we go. I've got replacement parts from another faulty one, so hopefully, fingers crossed, this works. So first of all, I need to take out all of this. This is the CD player. Let's just take that out. And we need to get to this motherboard here, which is a nuisance. So let's just take this out. Get all that. Let me just fold that there. So yeah, this is the problem. The main board. And the pin for the battery there snapped as well. I've got the processor out of this one. And it was, I believe, this one. Sorry if you can't read that, that's what it was. That was in there, all working fine. Fortunately, this whole motherboard has gone kaput. And these motherboards are worth, what, 25 quid, 30 quid each? So I'm like, oh, yeah, it's not good. So what I'm going to do, is take this fan out. That's a good fan, I'll keep that. As you can see, it's nice and clean, so we'll put that on a new board. Let me just put that to the side. So this is our new motherboard. There we go. Hope this one works. So I'm going to take off this dirty fan here and just clean all of this up with a handgun cleaner thingy. Got a new battery there, so I don't want to disturb that. So before I mess about with this, I'm going to just clean this up. So let's put this there for a second. So yeah, hopefully this one works. So what we're going to do is clean this up. Right, take these screws off. They're sprung loaded, so we don't really want to disturb it too much. We'll take this fan off and heat shield. We'll put another one on. I can see someone's tampered with the machine I've just got. And then we'll just unconnect that. There we go. A little bit dusty on there. There we go. A little bit dusty. There we go. The fan is a little bit gunky. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we get on. So I'm going to use this mini handgun blower sucker hoover thing. Got this from Morrison's for like 20 quid. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly blitz this and make sure I get all the rubbish off of it. So maybe a bit noisy. Just using a light brush. Take off all the rubbish that was on it. Nice and gentle. Okay. A little bit of dirt came off of that, so yeah, good to have that in the workshop. So I'm just going to put this back in. So right, before we do that, I just need to make sure which way round it goes. Yeah, it goes that way round. So let's put on the new fan on this. So where's that other fan I got? So this is the other fan. Looks a lot better. So there we go, that should be alright. Let's put this one back on. Right, so the fan needs to go. Just need to it out. Hang on, it goes that way round. Yeah, that way. So do that on the reverse. So we are going to go this way. Like that. I'll reconnect it up shortly. I think it goes about there. Just need to nudge it just a little bit. There you go. And just put these back in. They're sprung loaded, by the way, so just be very careful. They're all numbered 1 to 2 to 3. So we're just going to do that. And then number 4 is just here. I'll do that one in a second. Okay. And then we'll rewire it as well. I've chipped and nailed for doing this. Okay, just make sure that goes on there. Then when I've done that, make sure I'm all happy with that. There we go, guys. Okay. And then there we go. Just going to put this back in here. Right, about there. Now I'm going to just do the reverse. Put it in that way round. Make sure I don't damage it. Make sure I don't catch it on anything. And there's 2 parts. So this board needs to connect to another one. So we just need to get it in. Make sure it's pushed down. There we go. So this is a whole new body shell because the other case I've got is completely cracked from here. So yeah, and there's 2 screws holding it, which were here. So I will get those in a second. Where's my screwdriver? And I just need 2 of those screws. So they go just here. I think it's little screws, I think. Hang on. I think it's a little screw. Can't quite. Yeah, I think it's little screws. There you go. Just make sure that's all pushed in. And then one more little one. Where are the screws? Not many screws round here, someone's tampered with this. So I just need another little one. Okay, that one might just do it. Really. Oh, hang on. Just hang on. Just went wrong there. There you go. Didn't connect to this bit there. Just put that back in. Oh, it's the screws. It's the screws, that's why. Someone's tampered with this. Okay. Someone's definitely tampered with this one. Yeah, someone's definitely tampered with this one. So let's try and rewire it. This one in there. board should be alright. If not, I've wasted my time. Okay. I need to put a hard drive in there. So it used to have something like this, just a SSD card, one of those. So I just whack that back in. And also you got like an adapter here, so you can always take it off. This bit here, you can always take it off as an adapter if you accidentally break the hard drive bay. So we're just going to put that in there. There you go. Just get it there. There you go. It's a little bit loose. There you go. It's in. Right, and then I just want to reconnect some cables which are here, which you can't miss. Reattach those. So there's the hard drive I just reconnected, and then I've just reconnected these little connections here. There's a little piece of plastic that goes there, which is this small tiny piece that then goes on here. Okay, just make sure that's pushed in. Make sure every single connection's in. Don't want to break the board too much. So don't pull on these connections, or you break them. Okay, make sure that's all in. And then we get the CD player back. And make sure it goes in that connection there. Just simply slides in. That rubbish out of the way. There you go. You should have something looking like that. There we go. There we go. There we go. There's the response. There we go. Perfect. And then what you want to do next is put the faceplate back on, because you want to get to these connections here, which are the motherboard and keyboard settings. So you want to put those back together, and also these connections here. So we're just going to put the body shell back on. We don't need the keyboard right now, so let me move this to the side. We'll put the battery back in later. So then we put this plate back on. We won't screw it on because we don't know if this is going to work. And then when that's done, just like that, you have to reconnect those connections there, and that connection there. We can put the keyboard on afterwards, and then put the battery back on, and we can fire this baby up, and hopefully this should be working again after being in storage for so long. Right, I'm just going to peel that off a little bit so I can actually get to this one. And you want to push it until the black line actually touches the little marker. So I'm going to do that again to this one. You don't want to put it too much, or you'll rip the material, and then you've got to start all over again. So I'm just going to pinch it a little bit. I've chipped my nails for doing this as well. Need small hands for doing this, so be really delicate work this. There you go. So for this corner on the left, you want it like that. See it on the left of the screen? There we go. Make sure the black line meets that little marker, and the same there. All we're going to do now is get this, sorry I can't see it, that black marker onto there. Hopefully we'll charge the battery afterwards, and hopefully we'll get this one fired up again. Yeah, look, see I've chipped a nail there. Great. Right. And then we'll just pinch that. It's not going to reach. I just need to reach it. Can't quite reach that connection. It's quite tight here as well, so you need to push it in. It's quite tight there. let me undo that. Let me see if I can do that one first. This is so tight, guys. So tight there. Yeah, it's so tight there. Very tight. Very tight in this corner. This one here, very tight. Can't actually. Yeah, very tight indeed. Very tight. Yeah, it's very tight there. Very tight. Need little fingers to get this in. Can't get anywhere near that. Hang on. It's so tight. Let me get that in first. That's so tight there. Let me pull that. There we go. Push that back down a bit. Right, now we've got that in. Yeah, it's very tight there. Right, let's get these two back in. Yeah, it's getting tighter on this end now. Just push that one back in. Put that one back in. Yeah, it's very fiddly job this. Very fiddly, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Oh, it's just sticking out a bit to the right. Let me just edit that one. Just go in at an angle. There you go. That's in. That's in. Whew, that's a bit tough, that one. There we go. See it? There we go. Sorry about the light. There we go. There we go, from your left to the centre of the screen. There we go. Just need to put the keyboard on, and then we'll put the battery back in and some memory, and then we should be good to go. Right, so this is the keyboard again. Looks in good nick. Hopefully this should be all good. So this is a complete rebuild of this machine. Actually, as I'm here, I can actually give that a quick hoover again. With my trusty handgun hoover. So simply we're just rebuilding this thing. Okay, and then hopefully we'll put that in there. But first I just need to reconnect it in here. There we go. Like that. Just make sure I've reconnected that like that. Put some charge into this and hopefully we'll get somewhere. So we'll just leave it like that. There we go. Got a battery here. Just need to put some memory in it as well, probably 1 or 2. We can do that. Let's get some memory. Sure memory's in, just double check that. So I'm putting in, looks like a 4 gig of RAM memory. And that's just clicked in, battery in, locked. Then we need to just power it up. Hopefully get a light there, and hopefully we'll get some power out of it. So yeah, there we go. We've got power now. There we go. There we go. power. So what I do, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, I will leave this on charge for a little while, and fingers crossed that this machine works again after all the havoc I've had with that motherboard. Okay then, viewers, I'm going to leave it as that. Okay, I'm signing off on this, what is it, Wednesday? On this Wednesday afternoon. So yeah, okay, I'm signing off. Okay then, bye for now. Feel free to like, subscribe and make a comment. Thanks, bye.